YouTube? It's CCU Guy 123 here again, and today I'm going to be reviewing something for you. It's not going to be like a food or an item. I'm just going to be reviewing the Dark Knight Trilogy. I'm going to be reviewing Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises, so y'all know. Okay, so let's start with Batman Begins. Okay, so Batman Begins was a good movie. They kind of, in that first one though, they kind of beat his origin like a dead horse. I still loved the movie, but I felt in the Dark Knight Trilogy they progressively got better. Because the first one, what was a good thing about it, I thought, was that Scarecrow, that was a good portrayal of Scarecrow, and I really liked how they made it more realistic. And that was actually what Christopher Nolan was that's what he was trying to go for. He didn't really want as much as, like, the stuff was still realistic to the characters in their comic books, but for example with Bane, he wanted to make it more realistic than how it looked in the comic book. And that was positive for me, but that could be negative for some people. Okay, and the one thing that I did not like, though, from the transition to Batman Begins to Dark Knight, was that they did not get the same person to play Rachel. And that really depressed me, just because I really liked the Rachel in Batman Begins. I didn't really like it as much from Dark Knight Rises, or Dark Knight, sorry guys. Okay, and that's basically it for Batman Begins. There wasn't really that much for it. Okay, so next one, Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was a great movie. It was a great because usually how it made it look was, for everybody knows from movie, it usually starts off happy, then it has like a sad point in it, then it goes, the hero has to like go through a transition, and then he goes to his victorious moment. That's what it was kind of like for the trilogy. It was like everything was okay, and the first one, but then like the second movie, it was really sad and more like he's falling. I thought what they should have named it was the Batman Begins was Dark Knight, Dark Knight was Dark Knight Falls, and Dark Knight Rises was Dark Knight Rises. That would have just been good for explaining the story plot, but again, I'm not a professional director. But I love the Joker. He was such a good character. Oh my God. He was really good at portraying the Joker. The only thing it wasn't necessarily about the movie, just about the character in general. I'm sorry guys, the guy's name is slipping my mind. Who is the Joker? Heath Ledger, yeah, thanks. So Heath Ledger was the Joker. Such a good portrayal of him. The only thing I didn't really like about him was that he had to go on drugs to do the role. But other than that, he was great for the role. One thing I was shocked was that he was actually English. That was really shocking to me when I saw like behind the scenes. But other than that, the movie is so great, and he was the single-handed person who made that movie extraordinary. And one thing, other than all the villains that you see, is that Scarecrow, he is in every single movie, and the character is Crane. And yeah, he was actually in every single movie. He was basically in all of Batman Begins. He was in the beginning for Dark Knight, and he was at the end for Dark Knight Rises. He was like the judge and executioner. And yeah, that was basically it for Dark Knight. It was just such a good movie. But Joker he made it single-handedly good. Okay, next to Dark Knight Rises. That is my favorite movie, not just in the trilogy, but of all time. Mainly because it just brings hope and inspiration, and that's what I really liked about the movie. Like I told you guys before, the reason that Christopher Nolan made Bane not like a giant mechanical thing was because he wanted to make it more realistic. One thing that I was kind of disappointed, though, was that the actual comic book Bane is Spanish, and that kind of disappointed me a little bit, but I still loved the character. I love the twist in it. I'm not going to tell you guys what it was for those of you that haven't seen the movie, but I just loved the twist in it, where Batman's blank turns on him and blanks him, and the blank with the blank, and yeah, that was a really good twist. But other than that, the movie was just so great. The one thing that really confused me was at the beginning, for those of you who probably didn't know this, when Bane was destroying the plane, the person that he was saying that he had to leave was actually his brother. That was really weird. I don't know, out of all of your men, why would you leave your brother behind to die in a plane crash, plummeting towards Earth at 2,000 feet in the air? That's a terrible Big Brother move on my part, I'd say. But yeah, that was the only thing that was kind of weird. But the rest of the movie was really great. One of the flaws on it is how on earth did Batman, without all of his weaponry, get back to Gotham City when he was halfway around the world? That's one question I'd have. But other than that, wow, such a great movie. And yeah, I thought that Christian Bale was a great Batman. He was my favorite Batman. I actually didn't. This is really random, but I did not like George Clooney as Batman. He doesn't seem like a Batman in my perspective. That was just my review on Dark Knight Trilogy. Leave comments in below to let me know how you guys feel about the trilogy and how you feel about this video. I want to hear what your guys' opinion is about Christopher Nolan as a director for this movie, or for these 3 movies, and Christian Bale for this. And who are your guys' favorite Batman? And yeah, that's all I wanted to know. Thanks, guys. See you next video.